who enabled people to do this shit to black people?
That's another rabbit hole. If we want to go down that path.
Like, who gave a white man confidence to like do that shit? Uh, Mom, I'm just talking. Nobody. Apparently, my mom is just saying do not make videos on politics because Mom, I'm just raising awareness. Apparently, my mom wants to know why am I telling everybody this? नहीं sorry sorry. Okay, bye.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, mom did not really want her on here, which I can understand, of course. But, she said her piece. Yeah, if she's okay, I hope so. I think she said that's her mom. So, okay. 113 is back.
Hey, what's up?
Let's see if her right now again. Hi.
Hey. Apparently, my mom doesn't want me to talk about politics because it's like a very touchy subject, So I protected my
Okay.
anonymity online because I'm
Mm.
not black, so people will see me as a whistleblower. They'll see me as a snitch, snitching on my own kind. And this is a global conspiracy, like the war in Sudan, Kenya. What do they all have in What do they all have in common? Like, what do they all have in common? Like, outside forces are
First,
causing wars.
where are you from, please?
I'm from USA,
Like, what's your ethnicity?
Indian.
Okay.
So apparently, the U.S. does influence world politics.
Well, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to respect your mom's opinion and just
Okay,
leave?
okay. It's a YouTuber. Yeah, a YouTuber, a political commentator.
No, you can't do that.
Okay, fine.
You don't
Okay,
need to do that.
okay, I wouldn't. Okay, bye.
That was I mean, she's so desperately wanting to talk, but her mom doesn't want that. So 113 is back, guys. And I'm just going to add her one last time and see if she'll be able to talk. And after her, I'm going to be ending the live. So let's see.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hey, apparently I've been noticing over the years that there's black people that will do anything to impress non-blacks. Like I've seen it with my own two eyes. Like you know how they call people sir out of respect.
Um, First of all, 113, you said you're Indian.
Yeah, I'm Indian.
Okay. Do you follow me on here?
Yes, I do very closely because I need to know everything because the safety and security of black people is tied to the safety and security of everyone else. Because if black people ain't safe, no one is safe. That's a fact.
Okay. So would you
Because
say you consider yourself like an ally or something?
I'm not an ally, I'm not an enemy. I'm just doing what I gotta do to spread the truth. The truth is, black people gave life to non-blacks, and they have every right to take it back. That's a fact. Like there's no
Okay.
debating that. I mean, for me, what comes first is humanity, and without blackness, there is no humanity. Because blackness is next to godliness, and I support the truth. I
Okay.
support right over wrong. I don't take sides unless it's right over wrong. I support right over wrong.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it seems like there's really a lot you want to share with us and you were very persistent. So
Apparently, my mom doesn't want me to speak on the issues because they're very serious and people don't like to get exposed on this type of stuff.
Okay, first
Sometimes
of
I
all, how
edu-
did you even know what issues we're speaking about on here first?
the Kenyan issue, like the taxes and everything, imperialism, colonialism. Apparently, this is a symptom of a worldwide disease created by white supremacy, and white supremacists do not come in one color; they come in many colors. Like there's many people that practice the ideology that are not even white.
Okay.
Apparently, it's internalized hatred. Like the white people divide and conquer. Apparently there's no saving the world. It's just save yourself. I'm in it for myself. Like I'm not here to save black people. I'm here to save myself from God's wrath. Like I'm just trying to do the right thing by raising awareness to what's happening. There's a conspiracy to replace the original people of planet Earth, and that's not going to happen on my watch because I will raise awareness and I'll expose the people that hold such views in my community.
Okay, so are you saying you hold people in your community accountable when you come by them doing?
Yeah, I'll hold my community accountable, and I hope the other non-black communities hold their kind accountable. Like I'm handling things on my end. Just make sure that you weed out the traitors on your end. Just like it's like yeah, I hold it accountable, but there's traitors, there's like insiders that are helping the outsiders do what they're doing to black people, and that's just wrong. Wrong is wrong, no matter who it's happening to.
I agree.
And apparently, it's just I can't live while people are well. Like think about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Who started it? The U.S. and they wanted the resources. It's all about money and resources, first of all. And the funny part is people say that they don't like black people, but the funny part is they originate from black people and they wish to look like them. Think about it. There's a whole obsession with black people. Like people are obsessed with black people, but they would not say they would not admit it. And apparently, this is like pretty dangerous. I don't know how black people kept on surviving, but thing is, if this keeps going on, then the fate of humanity is near an end. You ever heard of the end times, the evil yugas, the millenniums,
Is it the religious kind of end time, or are you speaking about a different kind of end time?
like the yugas, like the end times, the world ages. We live in the evil millennium. Back then, people used to be good, and nowadays it's just about money and everything. And as long as there's greed, there's a need for power, and as long as people want power, things like this will happen. So apparently, what we need is like turn U.S. into a democracy. Like we shouldn't let Trump become president because that could make things really bad. Because what happens in the U.S. affects the world. It's kind of true, but scary.
Hmm.
And the Democrats are trying to be moderate, but it's not helping either because you if they stoop low, we go lower. Like that's the game plan. But if someone goes the lowest, what is lower than lowest?
I guess you send them to hell.
Nah. Thing is, you have to play their game. Like understand their psyche and everything, their modus operandi, like how they
Hmm.
operate. The more you understand how they operate, the more better you can protect yourself. I'm not saying retaliate. I'm just saying defend yourself. Maybe revenge is a form of defense, but that's another story though.
Okay.
Apparently, it's just anti-blackness is a global thing. It's international. It's like they got a slur for every black person in every language. Like think about it. Like like something is not right here. Like it's like racism is a virus and people are infected by it. I mean, there is a cure, but it doesn't work on all people though.
Who would you say it works on and doesn't work on?
The people that work on this cure are like people I would someone who I would trust to solve this problem. Someone who would cure this is like I would not put it in anybody's. I would just say If someone true enough rises up to call it out, somebody with a bigger platform, somebody with like more power tells what's wrong and tells the truth. If someone is brave enough to do that, then they can solve that problem. Like say some world leaders or local leaders, anybody that points out the obvious will find a solution to this.
Okay.
And I think YouTubers like you are helping with that, but there needs to be some politicians that have to be influenced by the YouTubers. I mean, the internet is a good thing, but then there's people who use the internet for mischievous purposes, such as brainwashing the people against everything. Like the media does brainwash people against black people. Like think about it, the alt right media. Like think about Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, all these white guys. They spew bullshit about every community on earth. So we need more YouTubers that speak for everybody, that speak for black people. Most importantly, we need more change. And change is not possible if you don't. You have to remove the snakes from the grass.
Mm,
Traitors on your side, and I'll remove the anti-blacks from my side if by raising awareness, by whistleblowing and exposing. Like pretty much anybody in power is kind of like that.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
I mean, there's no permanent solution, but what I can say is be aware, awareness, recognizing the problem, being aware of it, and taking initiative to solve it. I know it's easier said than done, but it has to begin.
Okay.
Apparently, apparently, it's just there's a lot of hate in this world. Well, I'm not saying combat hate with hate. I'm just saying trust less, do more. Like, don't trust everybody that says that they're now. Like, heck, don't even trust me because I could be doing this to save myself from God's wrath. Who knows? It's just what it is. It's like it's pretty traumatizing when you don't know who's your friend, who's your enemy. Apparently, that's pretty hard living with that reality. You don't know who's gonna come for you, who's gonna come at you. It's like there's a target on your back if you're black, and being non-black is kind of like a privilege in most societies, which I take for granted. But I'm going to use my non-black privilege for good. That's a promise.
That's nice. One theory.
Hmm. Like I got to do what I can do on my end. Just as they say, God helps those who help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if only we had more people like you.
Well, there's a lot of people like me, but we have to cover our identities because we could be in serious trouble with our own people.
Right.
Because if like in my community, there's a saying that if you help someone from another community, you are of that community. Like in their eyes, think about it.
What kind of
Like
help are we talking about? Like regular, you help
anything.
the old woman carry her bag or what?
Basically, some members of my community will call anyone a traitor. Like if you even open a door at a store for somebody of another community, they'll say, "Why are you doing that? Why are you being nice to them? They're not your kind. Are you a traitor? Like what are you like?" People from non-black kinds, they often tell their own kind not to be nice to blacks, and anybody who refuses that narrative and is nice to blacks is seen as an ally, and all allies are seen worse than black people. Like non-black people know that their own kind are against them. The
So,
god can, yeah.
what if you do help someone from a white community? Is there the same kind of stigma?
Apparently they don't have problems with white people because white people are the ones brainwashing them. They're like most of the world accepted the white man as their master, and that's a disaster. Like the ending is coming faster. Like They see the white people as superior and they will listen and obey orders from white people, but they have an anti-black sentiment, and the white
No.
people will never accept them because to be honest, this is a well-known secret that Indians come from black people. Like they're the first race to come from black people, and white people will never accept Indians, no matter how much proximity they got to whiteness. Like that's something they gotta learn. But then some radical people in my community are often stirring stuff up, brainwashing people. Ever heard of Hindutva?
No.
It's basically this ideology that all Hindus originated from white people and they should be loyal to white people, even though that's not true. They think that they're members of the Aryan race. You could Google that.
How do you spell it?
Aryan.
A no 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 the thing about the belief.
Hindutva. Hindutva.
Spell it again slower, please.
It's Hindutva.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So basically, they believe they're an extension of the white race or the white family or the European family, the Aryan race. But that's not true because they come from Dravidians who come from Africa. Dravidians and Aryans mixed. But the funny part is they're technically black, but they act like they're white because they want to get approval. It's all about they want to prove their loyalty because who has all the money in the world?
Right.
Apparently, that's the funny part. And I don't know, like black people don't got no allies. It's sad.
Can I ask you how old you are, please?
I'm 19 at the time.
Okay.
Apparently, I grew up around a lot of black people, and they never seemed to trust me because of the actions of people of my community, and that's reasonable. That's reasonable. I wouldn't blame them if I were in their shoes too. It's just that people are like they're basically defaming the name of my community. People from my community that are anti-black. They're making us look like we're like that. They're selling everybody out. It's
I
like
want to ask you
anti-black.
something. Do you visit back home, India?
Yeah, I visited back home in India, and apparently Indians don't like darker skinned Indians either you obviously because they obviously see darker skinned Indians as bad. I look at India and there's a lot of colorism there.
Okay.
Yeah, I visited back home in India.
Um, like, do you know much about the black people that are in India? Because there's a black
Yeah, the
population, the
Siddhis, the
African population.
Dravidians, Andamanese Islanders, those are
Mhm.
three black people. The Tamils are technically black because they're Dravidian, Andamanese Islanders, and Siddhis. They're like the worst treated black people, and Dalits are their descendants. And they're treated so badly that me as a Brahmin, that I cannot imagine the suffering that they're going through. Like, how can I be sorry because I didn't experience that? Like, what do I know what they went through? Only they know. So they should tell their story because all I can say is I can't speak on their behalf, but all I know is really bad for them there.
Are you aware of their history and how they got there?
They got there through slavery and the slave trade, the Arab slave trade. The Arabs enslaved the actual Indians as well. The Arabs are basically a mixture of Europeans and black people too, but the Arabs did it enslaved the Europeans as well, but they mostly did it for money. They were enslaving people, trying to convert them to a false religion. It's not false, but it's kind of the you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they did it all because of financial gain. It's like the victim has always been black people and people that looked like they were black.
Okay. Thank you very much, 113.
Yeah,
Do you have a conclusive statement, something else you want to add very quickly, so I
yeah,
can add the last person before
yeah.
um
The conclusive statement is that let me I have to think this one carefully. The conclusive statement is that not all people are evil, but the majority of the world is evil. People who choose to do nothing about evil are more evil than the evil people themselves. Anyway, that's from me.
Okay. Thank you very much for one theory. We appreciate you coming up.